Hi, this is Dave with DavesTR4A. I thought I'd do something a little bit different on my next video of my trip from Cincinnati up through Watkins Glen to meet up with 5 guys from the Western Pennsylvania Triumph Association, and then on to Stowe, Vermont by doing a audio or a narration as opposed to all the text. Today we're going to be driving about 205 miles and going up through New Hampshire and ending up at the in the town of Jackson, New Hampshire, that's up in the White Mountain National Forest, which is beautiful country. So our morning routine was usually to get up, go get the cars filled up with gas, check all the fluids, go find something to eat for breakfast, and then hit the road. But today was a special day because right across the street from the hotel was the Hemmings Motor Museum. So we filled up there. You can see our cars parked in the front of the place. And it was about 7:30 in the morning. And the kid that was running the gas station part of the museum was pretty excited about all the cars that were sitting in front of his gas station. And we asked him if there was a chance we can get into the museum early. And he called the guy that runs the museum and told him what was going on, and the guy came in and gave us a private tour of the whole place, which was very interesting. The history was the building used to be a machine shop, and it had the real heavy beams in the ceiling that ran the pulleys that drove all the machines from a steam engine, and all these machinists had suit coats and ties on, which was kind of interesting because they were all working around lathes and spinning metal, and that certainly wouldn't fly in these times. But anyway, looking at all the cars, the guy said that every one of these cars runs and drives, and they regularly take them out for parades and just to exercise them. So it was quite a good time to see all these cars, and we really enjoyed ourselves there. So once we got that done, we found that after asking this kid, where's a good place to eat breakfast around here, he told us about the Blue Ben restaurant, which is basically one of those rail cars that was converted over to like a cafe short order place. And I tell you, I got the best cup of coffee of the whole trip in this place. And I think I got an egg omelet that must have had like 6 eggs in it, 4 pieces of bacon, toast, and coffee, and hash browns. And it was like $7. I couldn't believe it.
Except for the odd guy out with a Jaguar.
Yeah, that's a Jaguar.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these are all Triumphs.
Yeah.
Out by the square box. Nice.
Thank you.
Maybe somebody should get that on their bill. Yeah. I don't think it's drivable anymore. But normally they have the British flag on the side. Yeah. That's how you tell they're British.
Here we're just leaving Bennington after breakfast. It was a little dreary that day. Here's Ed up in front of me with his TR6. It's a real nice car. He just installed air conditioning in it. So he was planning on taking that down to his house in Florida. Ran into a lot of construction heading up towards Jackson on this trip, but Once we got through that, it was a pretty good ride, as you'll see. Here we are waiting for the first passing lane. Oh my God, some of these cars are going so slow. Oh my God, finally. Now I have to play catch up. I think I'm the only one that has a fairly stock motor. Everybody else has triple carburetors, 6 cylinders, cams. Well, I have a cam. You know, shaped head. I think that was probably the biggest thing. I have a stock head. But anyway, we were in a constant struggle for 93 octane gas, which was always kind of interesting. Come on. Thank you. And then this is where I have to duel with a drunken driver trying to stay in front of me. It was just a lot of fun. Guys all over the place. I finally get around the knucklehead. Now I have to put my foot in it to catch up with everybody. Well, I couldn't tell you the name of the place we stopped at to have lunch on the way to Jackson, but I can tell you the beer I had was called Tuckerman's Blonde, I think. Boy, was it good. And unfortunately, it's only sold in the state of New Hampshire, so I guess we'll have to go back to get another one. Getting a little dusty and dirty there, I guess. That's George's E-Type Coupe. What a beautiful car. Actually, he ended up winning third place at Stowe, which was pretty impressive for all the cars that were there. That's my friend Jerry and his TR4A pulling out. That's another nice car too. What you saw there worked out pretty well throughout the whole trip. Everybody stayed together. If somebody got cut off at a light or something like that, the person in front of them would pull over and just work the chain back up until everybody caught back up again. It was really nice. The green TR6 you just saw fly by was our leader, Bruce. We had a lot of fun following him. He came up with some terrific routes. As you can see, the sun finally came out. It turned out to be just a spectacular day once again. Probably should point out that I had ended up missing a lot of good video because unbeknownst to me, the battery ran dead on the camera and I couldn't really tell from inside the car. Hindsight being 2020, I should have went out and got a external power supply or battery for the camera. I've seen some that plug into a USB port, which I have in the car, which would have solved this whole problem because I have the a high capacity memory card in the camera, and that would have solved a lot of these issues. But anyway, here we are in a gas station just outside Jackson, and we're trying to decide, do we want to go up the mountain tonight or do we want to just go to the hotel? We ultimately decided to go to the hotel because the clouds were coming in pretty heavy and dark, and we decided, and plus you'll hear in the video here where there was a guy that was saying he'd just been up there and it was terrible. So we decided we're just going to go to the hotel and then go up the mountain in the morning. A few of the guys brought octane booster because I guess they've been around the block up here, and most of the time the highest octane we get was 91, which I guess was okay, but I was just afraid of getting a pre-ignition going up some of these long hills. So anyway, word of the wise, if you do this, you might want to throw a can or bottle of octane boost in the back of the car.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Stowe was mostly motorcycles.
We'll find out on
Yeah, we'll find out.
It might be till we get there.
Yeah.
We'll take over the place.
I guess we're going right across there. We have to go across.
Oh, really? Keep right?
Perfect.
I gotta get out.
Okay, go ahead. Get it.
All right, now this is the last time I'm going to ask. Are we going to do Mount Washington now, or are we going to the hotel?
Looking like it's fine. Mount Washington.
Oh, heck yeah.
It's nasty. It's very cloudy, windy. We just came down with that.
Oh, did you?
Very nasty. A couple of bicycles they didn't
I did. The 8 wasn't working, so it wasn't going in.
I'll be fine.
What's that, the inside report?
Well, that's an inside report, but that hasn't answered what we're going to do. I got to get my car out of the way here. Not there.
Wait till tomorrow?
Wait till tomorrow. That's what we're doing.
I'm all about doing whatever.
Excuse me. I see you're from Ohio. There's
Yes,
a whole
Cincinnati.
group of people from Ohio with Chevrolets going up that way.
Well, we're actually heading to Stowe, Vermont eventually.
Oh, yeah.
We started at Watkins Glen. We got to do 2 laps around the track. It was like awesome.
How fast were you going down the straightaway?
Well, they pace you. I think I got up to about 85 or 90 or something.
Pretty handy.
Yeah, it was fun. My son was with me then. He had to go back to work, so I had to put him on a plane. Uh-oh, he was a little pissed. I said, when you get to be 71, you can do whatever you want.
Well, I'm 73 and I'm still keeping
One
on.
thing
There
that
you
was
go, man.
always fun
Enjoy your
was
trip.
we'd be stopped somewhere and somebody would come up to us and ask us, where are you guys going? Where are you from? What kind of car is that? Or my brother had one of those or something like that. It was always kind of fun to talk to people like that. Now you can see how dark some of those clouds were. Those were pretty much right over the top of Mount Washington, so I think we made the right decision to wait till the morning to go up the mountain.
we have two options. We either run it now, or we do our EMR in
Early
the
morning
and
run.
then So we got to decide. It's time now because we're almost to the hotel. Somehow we've got to decide what we're doing.
We were told that it's not very nice up there.
Well, that's most of the time. That's most of the time.
90% of the time, you don't have a clear view.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the EMR. Because I think the morning is going to be longer.
Yeah.
Unless we wait.
Yeah, well,
That's my vote.
It's probably less windy around noon, because the sun doesn't heat up.
I don't guess we have any idea
No.
what it's going to be like.
Nope. Might be able to get online and find out.
And you've got apparently Nova.
I don't care.
That's,
So you've got one vote
that's
here.
the best way to decide is to not care. You ask a question and you get all these people looking at you.
Well, you got it here. Going to the hotel.
That's what we did.
That you did decide.
After all that, we decided to head to the hotel. Wait till you see this place. There's my good friend Jerry and his TR4A in front of me again. place.
Okay, now I'm impressed.
Process of elimination.
Yeah.
Remember now, there were 2 entrances, and it's like a circle.
Okay, I'm impressed now, George. I'm impressed now. This place.
Yeah, isn't it neat?
Yeah. Holy crap.
Yep, there it was, right, yeah.
Not what I expected. Man.
That wasn't very long. I put 3,
They were.
2-man room. Now if you want to change
See how you end up on the other one. Yeah. That's sexy. Boom, 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 boom.
Okay, this is the Eagle Mountain House in Jackson, New Hampshire. Really a classy place. It was built in 1879, and I think it caught fire like in the 1920s or something, and it was completely rebuilt. But it's really got an elegance to it, and it wasn't really that expensive. I think we paid like $118 a night for it, and we were doing 2 guys to a room, so you know it's pretty reasonable. So anyway, this is the end of my video on our trip from Bennington, New Hampshire to Jackson, and I hope you enjoyed it. And please subscribe and let me know if you have any comments about it. And I think I have about 2 or 3 more to go. So stay tuned, and we'll get some more out.